gods, how are y'all doing today? I hope everybody's doing good. Today I thought we would do another story of actors that died way too young. And I thought we would do the story of Chris Farley. Okay, so let's get started. Chris Farley was born on February the 15th, 1964. He was one of my favorite actors. Him and John Belushi. I think they were so much alike. He started his career in theater at Second City. Then he got hired on Saturday Night Live, and he performed 1990 to 1995. Some of his skits were famous. I mean, off the record funny. Let's look at a couple. Chris Farley Show. That's when he would interview people and he'd be real awkward and he didn't know how to talk to them. That was just so sweet and funny. Lunch Lady Land. The Lunch Lady Woman. When him and Alan Sanders did that skit, they said they would try to make each other laugh on everything they did together. And you could see that Alan Sanders was barely keeping it together. Gap Girls, that was when him and David Spade and Alan Sanders, they would dress up like women and work in the Gap store. That one was really funny too. The Chippendale Dancers, that's when Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze had a dance off to see who would be the next Chippendales performer, and Patrick Swayze won, and it is just so funny, y'all. If y'all haven't seen that, look it up. It is the Chippendale Dancers from Saturday Night Live. Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze. But my favorite one was Matt Foley, Down by the River. He had so much energy, and just every time he broke a table or tripped and fell, or I just thought that was so funny, y'all. Y'all gotta look that up if y'all haven't seen it yet, if y'all like Chris Farley. One of the movies that Chris Farley did was Tommy Boy. That one is so good. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all need to watch it. Beverly Hills Ninja and Black Sheep. Those were all good movies. I love them all. Chris Farley had trouble with drugs. He was addicted to cocaine, and so sweet, y'all. He was just a nice person. All of his friends around him had stated. His best friend was actually David Spade. They did a lot of stuff together, and they said he was just so sweet, but he always had to be on. He always had to be funny. He always had to be the light of the party. Everybody expected that of him. Kind of like John Belushi, and they said that they had told Chris Farley that he needed to slow down because he was going to wind up like John Belushi, and he said, well, what a way to go. The night of his death, he had been out partying for days, and he had a stripper with him, and they had been doing cocaine and just been partying, and Chris had been up 4 days. The stripper said that he had did a line and he was wanting her to stay, and then he ended up doing a skit, you know, trying to make her laugh, and then he passed out. So she actually took a picture of him passed out and thought it was funny and thought she would show it to him the next day, but that was the last time Chris Farley was alive. If she had been someone who really cared about him, she would have stayed with him and made sure that he was okay. I feel like he was a very lonely person. In Chicago, at an apartment complex, he was 33 years old, the same age as Belushi when he passed away. He died on December the 18th of 1997, and he was one of my favorites, y'all. I remember the day he died, it was like 10 days after my birthday, and I cried for days after he passed away because he just seemed like a dear friend or somebody that you wanted to help, like Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe had that same way about her, that innocence. that he did, like somebody you would have wanted to help, somebody that would have been a friend of yours, somebody that you would have wanted to protect. But this is my story of Chris Farley, and I hope I did it justice. I'm going to put a lot of stuff at the end in memory of him, and I hope y'all enjoy it, and I hope y'all are having a good day, and I'll see y'all later, my little freak squads.